Okay, hi families. I'm going to lead you through something called a book walk, and I do have to be fast because I have 5 minutes before the video cuts me off. So this is exactly what I would do when you get your home reading book with your child. This is exactly what I would do. So you would have a conversation about the picture first and not really worrying about the words. So I'd say, what do you see on the front cover that looks important to you? So they might say, I see a girl and she's picking up leaves that have fallen off the ground. And I'd be like, yeah, it looks like fall to me. Can you find the word leaves? So then your child should track the words and hopefully fall under the word leaves. And if they aren't, I would just prompt them with things like, look for the word that starts with L. Remember, L says ool. And then, so now they have found the word leaves. We do this because your child might not know the vocabulary in the story. They might know the sight words like and the, but leaves is not a sight word, so we want to just build up their vocabulary there. So then I would keep doing this book walk. I would say, okay, what do you see now? And then I would maybe prompt with like, what color is the leaf in her hand? And they would say red. Can you find the word red? So have them again, like point to the word red. And then continuing like this, now what is she doing? And your child might say, oh, she's going to show her mom. What color is that leaf? Yellow. And then I would also look, and as I'm looking here, the word here is a sight word that we haven't learned yet. So I would just say, can you look at that first word in the sentence? So I'd have them point to it. Do you know that word? And if they know it, great. If they don't, instead of just feeding the word to them, I, again, recommend prompting. So a lot of prompting would go like this. Beginning prompting would be something called like I call it punch out the sound. So I would say, well, it goes huh, ear, huh, ear. Can you put that together? And they would do here. If you're at kind of like level 2 version of that, I would say it rhymes with steer, but it starts with huh, and then maybe they can put that together. Here. So just again, building up words that they might not see, and that's building up their confidence in reading. And you can see now this book is quite a pattern. Here is the brown leaf, said Sally. So again, you're still walking through, oh, that's a really nice leaf. You might even, at this point, want to talk about like a connection that they've made. So you could say like, remember when we were raking the yard, like what kind of leaves did we see? Or what do you notice about fall outside? So just really having a lot of conversation about the book. And then still talking about the pictures, I would glance at the words as the teacher and just look and say, okay, they should know most of these words. I'd probably make note about how mom there is spelt differently than how it's spelled. So I'd say, can you maybe find the word mom on the page? And they would probably land under that M, and I would say, do you see anything different about that? And they'd probably say, mom is usually spelled with an O. And then you'd say, well, sometimes mom could be spelled differently. So in this case, that word is mom. So again, the whole time you're just still talking. I'm going to kind of move through quickly. And then once you get to the very end, we haven't read any of the words. We've just looked at the pictures and we've pointed to words. Then you go back to the beginning. This is going to scroll really, really fast. Okay, so then I'd go back to the beginning, and now we would read it. So your child should read this independently, and please encourage them to be pointing to the words, because we are talking about in grade 1 how it is important to point and make sure our eyes are looking at the words. Because pattern books can get kind of monotonous, we don't want your child to be reading the book and just saying like, here is the leaf, here is the leaf, here is the leaf, here is the leaf. Then they're not learning, they're just well, they are learning, but they're not attending to the print, so they need to be looking at the print. This video may cut off at any point, just so you know, but I have said the most important things. So now that we are reading it, just ensure your child is pointing to the words. Here is a red leaf, said Sally. Turn the page. Here is a yellow leaf, said Sally. Here is a brown leaf, said Sally. Now, if your child is looking at the words, then they should realize that this is a different sentence. If your child then says, like, here is an orange leaf, then your child, you need to remind them to be looking at the words, because they are not looking at the words. They're mostly looking at the pictures there. So please prompt them again. Don't say like, no, you're wrong, or this is what it says. Just again say, oh, point to that first word and look at what that says. I have 10 seconds left here, so hopefully that makes sense. Do a book walk and then go through pointing to the words, reading. If you have questions, please contact me. Thank you.